Hey, how you doing? My name is Mike. This is FBTV, and on this episode, it's another one of these. It's Q&A Day here on FBTV. And welcome to FBTV. My name is Mike. I'm your host. We try to get together every week. And the last couple of weeks, previously, took a hiatus. But back now, getting back to scheduling, getting back to doing what we need to be doing, all that fun stuff. FBTV, freightbrokertv.com. That's where you'll find our website. We post videos on YouTube. We have videos on our website at freightbrokertv.com. Podcast, radio broadcast, radio shows. You can join me live every Friday morning, 10 a.m., for our live radio broadcast. If you want to listen to that, well, you got two options. You can listen live by going to our website at freightbrokertv.com, and in the top right, you'll see the player. If you want to download an app and insert the stream URL into your app, we've made that easy for you. What else? Yeah, we got coffee mugs. We got all kinds of T-shirts, Freight Broker TV, Freight Broker TV Radio, FBTV Radio, I should say. And again, just to repeat, this is Q&A Day. We try to do a Q&A video every month where we answer your questions. Now, if you post a question on our website or send us one via email, which you can do, our email address is fbtv@freightbrokertv.com. You can fill out a form on our website. And believe me, there are forms everywhere under every video or every podcast or every broadcast. So we're trying to answer your questions. Any questions you might have about transportation, freight brokering, becoming a freight broker agent, whatever. And we got some good questions lined up for you today. First, okay, this is going to take me a minute. I've read over this several times. I know what they're asking, but I may stumble trying to get it out. Any suggestions for new brokers to call specific shipper companies to secure new broker loads? I've written down several code call resources, but how about local shipper companies, warehouses, shipping yards, whatever it may be? Okay, I'm getting the gist of your question. You're asking, any suggestions to find potential customers? Now, in the sales world, we call potential customers prospects. So what you want us to do in the beginning is prospect. Matter of fact, we've even got videos about this. Just get your blank piece of paper, start writing down names of companies and their phone numbers that you may want to contact in hopes of them wanting to use your service. Simple to do. There are thousands of directories out there. Matter of fact, if you go to fbtvinsider.com, you can register for a free account. Go to the best resources page in the FBTV Insider, and you're going to find 3, 4, 5 different industry directories you can use there. Now, that's the free content. Now, if you want to pay $2.99 a month or $25 a year, $24.95 a year actually, you get access to the insider content and a lot more in there. All right, now, part 2 of your question. You've written down several code call resources, so I'm guessing you're talking about directories and stuff you found online. But what about local shipper companies, warehouses, so on and so forth? Yes, by all means. I mean, they're in your backyard. Yeah, add them to your list of prospects you want to call. There's no reason why you shouldn't. If you don't know their phone number, just look it up. But keep in mind, and this is my recommendation to new clients, when you are seeking new customers, you're looking for customers that have truckload freight. LTL is great. I know some people swear by LTL, but they've got the experience, they can move it. But for a new broker just starting out, LTL is going to be tough for you. I'm talking about LTL freight from a true LTL shipper. And when I say LTL, I'm talking about less than truckload. More times than not, the LTL shipper, they already have relationships with the LTL carriers, such as ABF, Saia, Averitt, Holland, Conway. You get the idea. Those LTL shippers are so used to picking up the phone, calling the carrier. Hey, I've got a few pallets I'm ready to ship, and the truck being at their dock within just a couple hours. It's hard to compete. So we always recommend focus in on full truckload freight. Okay. Now, if one of your full truckload shippers has LTL occasionally, yes, by all means work that. That's a video for another day. Okay, here's one. Do freight brokers pay sales taxes? I think what you're really asking is, do freight brokers collect sales taxes? No, I've never done it. I don't know any broker that has done it. Says he's trying to get a better understanding to know what their possible freight brokering operating costs are. So I have a better understanding going into rate negotiation. Now, do you pay taxes? Yes, you pay taxes, but you do not collect sales taxes. Okay. Can a new broker bank on the carrier's insurance to sell a seller on accepting a broker service? Okay. I believe what you're asking, can a new broker bank on the carrier's insurance, their cargo and liability, when making a sales call or attempting to set up a new customer? No, you're not going to be able to bank on that. 10 years ago, the CSA came out that changed everything. 10 years ago, you could actually get away with it. We still today recommend, all right, if you can't get general liability, and I never recommend somebody step out and get general liability from day one, not unless you've got a customer you know that will want it and you can make money off that customer. Okay. Generally, what we recommend is step out, find contingent cargo insurance. Not going to be that expensive, maybe $1,200, $1,300 a year. Put that in your packet. Sometimes that can be a way to skate around that insurance question. Now, trucking companies, mandatory, they've got to have cargo and liability. Now, one thing I'm seeing more and more are brokers requiring that the trucking company have at least $1 million general liability insurance. But legally, all they are required to carry would be auto liability, and they got to have that to get their base plates, their tags, and their cargo insurance. The minimums on that, cargo minimum is $10,000, believe it or not, that low, yes. Auto liability minimum, $750,000. Most carriers will carry $1 million auto liability and $100,000 in cargo. But yeah, don't count on the carriers, even though that's what it's meant to do. Yes, that's where the claim's going to be filed. Don't count on the customer being open to that. Do you think there's a specific niche better for newbies? Well, the way I feel about it, for somebody new in the industry, you want to have those minor successes. You want to start having successes as quick as you can. So I always recommend lumber. Okay, lumber, you're going to be able to get customers pretty easy. You're going to be able to start getting loads, and you're going to be able to build that experience on working those loads, and you can expand from that. So is there a specific niche? No, not really, but you want to get in the game. Okay, you got to get in the game. So, and people complain about lumber, I'll tell you, but there are brokerages out there that have built their whole business around brokering lumber loads, and they're making a ton of money. So don't write it off. All right, where are we at? Is it better to start prospecting in one's home state? That's up to you. Yeah, you can. Generally, it really doesn't matter, but yeah, why not? I mean, if you know companies in your state, that's you're in there, you're local, they may want to give the local person, an opportunity. So yeah, why not? But you want to expand. Remember, the whole country is your territory. When I say the whole country, I'm talking about the 48 states, not so much Hawaii or Alaska. Okay. All right, what else we got? I'm trying to become a freight broker agent and really don't have a clue on how to go about it. I'm not working. I have no income. Do what you're doing now. Until you have some type of money to where you can invest in training, maybe placement, whatever, stay on the internet. Again, keep watching our videos. Go to freightbrokertv.com. Go to FBTV Insider. Again, you can register for the free content. no charge. Okay. Keep learning. You can learn this. You can get to the point to where you're ready to take that next step. The reason I recommend training is, there's a lot of free content out there, but the free content isn't going to give you the opportunity to begin working with the actual tools, software, programs you're going to be working when you actually begin brokering. So yes, you may get out here and learn now the theory behind brokering and different things you can do as a broker, but until you actually get that hands-on working experience, you're not going to be complete. So, but yeah, keep looking over the videos. If that's what you're wanting to do, is be a freight broker, do it. I'll tell you, I started out as a driver, a company driver. And I'll be honest with you, it wasn't 2, maybe 3 weeks, I figured out that the money in transportation, or trucking anyway, was not behind the wheel. The money in transportation and trucking's behind the desk, the business end of the transportation of trucking. It took several years for me to get there. But when I did, I still had a period of time, because back then there was no training. I mean, you just got in there and learned the hard way, and I wouldn't wish that on anybody, because it took a lot of time, cost a lot of money, no support. It was on me, and it about caused a divorce, I'll be honest with you. But what training is going to do, at least kind of the way I see it, is you are actually, with training, being able to operate and work and start using the different programs, tools, and software, you're getting X amount of experience, equivalency, if you were doing it in real life, if that makes sense. I used to say 6 months. Training's really giving you 6 months. Yes, anything you learn in training, you're going to learn on your own when you get out there. If you bypass training, just went out there on your own and started brokering. But the problem is, it may take 6 months, a year for you to gain all that knowledge and information and experience that you would have if you've taken that training. See what I mean? The training's there to give you a head start, to give you an idea what's going on before you actually get there, so you can be successful quicker. Well, finally, how do I check a trucking company before I broker them a load? There is a website, SaferWeb, FMCSA, Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration. I don't have that website right in front of me, but what you can do is enter the MC number, the DOT number, the name of the trucking company, whatever it might be. You can do a search on Google. You'll find it. SaferWeb, FMCSA, company snapshot, carrier snapshot, whatever. And it will give you all the information, including their general information, as well as you will be able to see their CSA. Yeah, you want to look at that. Is there any guidelines for making a decision to approve or not approve a carrier? Every broker comes up with their own guidelines. Matter of fact, I've seen some brokers, this carrier's not getting approved today because of this reason, and tomorrow they'll approve another carrier, even though that carrier had the same issue as the carrier yesterday. It's kind of out there. There's no set guideline. Every broker's setting up their own guidelines and following as they may. Now, with that said, generally what I've seen is when a broker goes to check out a carrier, they're taking into consideration what kind of a load is it. Okay, if it's a flatbed load, you want to go in there and look at vehicle maintenance on the CSA report. Do they have a lot of violations with securement, with their flatbed trailers being cracked, with things like that? Because the last thing you want to do is put your load on a flatbed carrier that has issues like that. You see what I'm saying? So check them out. But yeah, FMCSA, SaferWeb, as I always call it, SaferWeb. But just do a search on Google, you'll find it. All right. That's going to wrap up today's Q&A. Hey, go have a great Monday. Unless, of course, you've made other plans. I'll see you.